Punch, Re Corojo, in a Robusto. Hey everybody, I'm Abel K, and this is a cigar vlog. Hopefully the wind is not playing complete hell with my mic, because it kind of wasn't doing this when I stepped out here. Anyway, Punch Re Corojo is a line from Punch that uses a specific cultivar of tobacco, specifically the Corojo strain. There's actually several different strains, which are different from like, say, Maduro, because Maduro is basically just a mature leaf. The Corojo, on the other hand, is kind of like a Connecticut or Colorado. It's an actual different leaf. So, that being said, hopefully this will have a different flavor profile from the standard Punch, and not just be sweet, spicy cedar. We'll see. Let me get this cut. So yeah, when I started, I just happened to bump the stick that I had my tripod stuck to. When I first stepped out the door, it was not all breezy like this and blowing all over. I figured it was going to be kind of one of those hot summer rains, but it kind of looks like somebody opened an oblivion gate somewhere in the hills, and the demons are about to spew forth. Gonna yank this off of my incredibly precarious stick mount. That's interesting. Right off the bat, no spice. I want to say a touch of vanilla, clean sweet tobacco, a little earthiness, kind of maybe a little sandalwood. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to smoke this down to the first inch and see if anything wakes up. Alright, so about an inch in, I started noticing that the retrohale had kind of a vanilla cream kind of look to it. Overall though, I'm not really noticing any spice, except maybe a subtle cinnamon at the very last end. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of difficult to actually pinpoint what flavors I'm getting, because there's actually kind of a lot going on, which is a good thing. Occasionally get hits of vanilla, occasionally some baking spices, clean tobacco, sometimes almost a cinnamony note. Almost. Very interesting so far. This is kind of striking me as one of those cigars that's going to kind of build as it goes. The only problem is it's a Robusto, so it's going to go pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and yank the band because the halfway point's going to be right where the band is. So yeah, these always kind of mess up my actual review criteria just because of the fact they're so short. It's like I keep feeling like one puff I'm going to just be gone through like half of it. Yes, a little light earthiness as well. Overall, definitely turning out to be rather interesting. I'll try not to overheat this too much, and hopefully the flavors will end up being a little more pronounced and kind of stand up and make a little bit of their own noise, instead of just trying to have everybody turn into a symphony. Alright, well, I'm going to smoke this down to the halfway point and hopefully not burn my fingers when I get to the nub. Quick minor update, the ash just blew off because I stepped into this stupid tunnel. Don't worry, the construction on these is top notch. It's a Punch. Right about the halfway point. Flavor profile is kind of complex on this one, as it should be. So far, I get subtle earthiness, clean tobacco, occasionally a vanilla creaminess, also with the occasional hit of baking spices. So far, it's striking me as an excellent cigar to smoke with an old-fashioned, or maybe a Manhattan. Definitely good for better with cocktails, or I want to say maybe a sweeter bourbon, somewhere in that area. So far, been pretty enjoyable. Not exactly the most descriptive flavors because they kind of they kind of blend and mix pretty well. You know, I could describe it like a mixed drink, or I could put it in more musical tones. It's like some cigars will have like very definite guitar solos, others will be just grand symphonies. This is kind of falling into the grand symphony category. Overall though, definitely has that classic punch appeal. Well, anyway, I'm going to smoke this down to the nub, and I hope I don't burn my fingers off, and give a final update from there. Alright, right about the nub. I figured I'd go ahead and end here because the flavor is kind of getting hot and starting to wash out. So far, rather complicated smoke profile. There's kind of a lot going on, and they all kind of intermingle and marry together into, well, I think I'd probably best put it in a musical reference. You find a lot of cigars that have the grand guitar solo, and other cigars that kind of turn into a classical symphony. This is very much the classical symphony cigar. Classic profile, overall, good flavors. Nothing really stands out, but everything just kind of flows nicely together. Definitely recommend this with a good whiskey, bourbon, or some kind of whiskey cocktail. Time of day, doesn't matter, whenever you like it. It's strong enough and light enough that it's pretty much good throughout the day. Provided, of course, you get something longer than a Robusto, because these go up quick. Other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. Definitely worth checking out. But other than that, that's all I got. If you like this video or any other video, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know if you've ever had one of these. Other than that, check out my Twitch stream. Sundays and Wednesdays, midnight to 2 a.m. That's going to be, I think, Mountain Time. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, stop by. Let me know if you came from the channel, if you happen to be up that late. Otherwise, that's all I got. I'll see you next time.